On 5th September 2016, Paul Andrew Kongani Udoto stepped into the boardroom all smiles, hoping to become the country's next Chief Justice. But after just half an hour before the interviewing panel, comprising members of the Judicial Service Commission, he would throw in the towel.
Would you want to proceed any further in this, Mr. Kongani?
Now that you are the judge and you have already shown me the way, you have removed me from the crossroad, then I think it will be wasting government funds for me to stay alone.
And with that, Kongani walked back to a more familiar world, a world that has been less discriminative about his professional qualifications. Exchanging his suit for overalls as he settled in for the humdrum of workshop life. Kongani the carpenter taking the place of Kongani the lawyer, both identities vital parts of who he is. He works unperturbed by the sawdust swirling around him. 4 months after the interview that thrust him into the spotlight, in a friend's carpentry shop in the heart of Githurai 45, Kongani ponders how best to fit the pieces together. It is a metaphor for his life.
I joined to Kenya School of Law in February, and I just cleared 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So I'm waiting for the results.
The little boy from Bungoma has come a long way. The son of a teacher, Kongani set his sights high when he was young. Everything seemed to be going according to plan when he passed his O-levels in 1994. Initially, he wanted to study medicine, but fell short of the grade.
I was supposed to join Nairobi University to study veterinary medicine, but I didn't like veterinary medicine. So I changed to Moi University when they introduced parallel program.
The decision was inspired in part by a case filed by his father over land, a matter that dragged on in court for over 20 years. But the choice to pursue a parallel law degree at his own expense would cost him the death of his father while he was still in university, causing him to defer his studies for lack of school fees. What had until then been just a hobby would turn into a lifeline.
When I was still in secondary school, I happened to land in a stream where they was teaching woodwork. So our teacher encouraged us to do woodwork as another course, because at that time the economy of the country was mostly changing towards jua kali.
For 5 years, Kongani focused on carpentry, opening a workshop in his hometown of Bungoma while studying theology. He saved up until 2007 when he had enough to go back to school to complete his law degree. It would take another 4 years after graduation before he could raise the funds to enroll at the Kenya School of Law. And when Chief Justice Willie Mutunga's term drew to an end in 2016, at the age of 39, Kongani made his bid for the position.
There's need for somebody who can push to change it. Even our constitution, it has various gaps that needs to be, at least just some sandpaper work just to polish it up to make the court to work efficiently.
Critics called attention to the fact that he hadn't completed his studies at the School of Law, arguing that Kongani didn't have the legal experience to compete with the rest of the applicants, a requirement that would eventually cause him to disqualify himself.
I think it had in mind that the people who are supposed to take these jobs are the people who are called senior counsel, or maybe people who have worked like 15 years after school. But that's not what the Constitution says. The experience the Constitution talks about is 15 years. It doesn't mention whether it's legal or non-legal.
Down to see how far.
Disappointed, Kongani turned his attention to other matters. When we visited, the father of two, a 5-year-old and a toddler, was home alone. His family had traveled up country. Kongani already drawing up plans for the new year. In 2017, he hopes to be accepted to the bar. Later in the year, he may be ready to take another step.
The least I can go for is being a member of parliament, maybe an MP, or maybe a governor, or even the president if chances work well.
But nothing is concrete yet. The post of Chief Justice is one that still calls to him.
Years are still counting. I'm still aiming at that job.
It is the kind of ambitious thinking that has caused him to lose friends since the interview was televised. But until he secures a well-paying job, carpentry continues to pay the bills. His circumstances haven't changed yet, but he hopes that the interview will propel him to the next level, wherever that may be. Wilkis Anyabwa, Citizen TV in Nairobi.